Hi everyone, we're here today with our two helpers, Connor and Ty, and we're going to be doing a supine video, lying down, relaxing, very minimal movement, lots of breathing and stretching. We're going to start in Shavasana, corpse pose, basically you're just lying on the ground. Before you start today, you might want to press pause and grab a block if you have one, or any pillow off of your couch or even your bed. So lying down, let's just take some regular breaths. We're going to put one hand above the belly button and one hand below the belly button. And just come to your regular breath. A nice soft inhale and a nice soft exhale. Feeling free to close your eyes and just noticing your breath. Feeling your body soften and sinking into the mat. We're going to start with a breath, a big inhale, noticing when the belly rises up. Good, and let it go. The next time we do that, we're going to say the word breathing as we breathe in. So taking a big breath in, filling our lungs with air, our belly is expanding, and to ourselves, we're saying the word breathing. Good. This time we're going to add something to it. You're going to take a big breath in, lungs are expanding, saying the word breathing, and we're going to hold it at the top for the count of 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Come back to some regular breath, and then we'll add one more part to that. We're going to breathe in real big, filling everything up. The lungs are expanding, the belly's expanding. We're saying the word breathing to ourselves. When our bellies are full, we're holding it at the top for the count of 3, 2, 1, and we're letting it go, a long exhale, and we're saying the word calm. So let's do that 3 more times at your own pace, taking a deep breath in, saying the word breathing, holding it at the top for 3 seconds when you get there, and then exhale, saying the word calm. And let's do that 2 more times when you're ready. When you're finished, you just come back to your regular breath, taking your time, noticing if you're starting to relax. Let's wiggle our fingers and wiggle our toes and start to bring some movement into our body. We're going to do a simple supine stretch and then a little muscle relaxation to end. So we're going to begin with a single leg flow. We're going to bring one knee into our chest. On the exhale, we can grab that knee underneath with our hands, and then we're going to switch off. We'll breathe in and then switch off to the next leg. Breathing in, single leg flow, switching the legs, inhale and exhale at your pace, breathing and moving. So let's do this a few times. Exhale and then inhale. So let's flow with our breath, boys. Inhale and exhale. Take a breath and then the next side. And let's do it 2 more times on each side. Maybe we're noticing one side is tighter than the other, always paying attention to what's happening in our body. And last one on each side. And now we're going to make our bodies big and small. So with our next deep breath in, inhale, our arms come right behind our heads. We're pointing our toes, making ourselves as long as possible. And then exhale, making ourselves as small as possible, bringing our hands underneath our knees, our forehead to our knees, stretching everything out and back. Inhale, making ourselves as big as possible, arms behind our head, pointing those toes. And when you're ready, exhale, making yourselves as small as possible, forehead to knees. Let's do it one more time. When you're ready, inhale, big long bodies. Exhale, making yourself as small as possible. Good, and let's place our feet onto the mat, bending those knees, coming into windshield wipers. Windshield wipers, we want to make sure our feet are to the edges of the mat. And we're going to go to the right side to start. So we take a deep breath in the middle, and on the exhale, you're going to bring your knees over to the right. Nice gentle twist, coming onto the edges of our feet. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, over to the other side. And at your pace, breathing, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, go to the other side. Inhaling and exhaling as you move. And let's do a few more on each side. Good. And then we'll hold each one in a twist. One more time. Good. Let's hold it here. If your knees are to the right, if you want an extra stretch, you're going to turn your head to the left. Nice and gentle, and breathe. Let's stay here for the count of 3. And on your next inhale, you'll come back to center. On your exhale, you'll twist to the opposite side, holding it here and feeling free to turn your head in the opposite direction. To make it more comfortable, the boys also have pillows, nice small pillows underneath their heads as well. And one more breath. And come back to center. Good. Now, if you have that block, grab it now, or your pillow. You're going to place the block underneath your lower back, letting your buttocks fall off of the block, opening up the hips. Maybe this feels comfortable for you right here. You're going to feel an opening up the hips. There should be no pinching. It should just be comfortable. Feel free to adjust. If you would like more, feel free to extend your right leg long and see how that feels on the right side. Extending the right leg long, heel into the mat, toe towards the ceiling. Good. Noticing the stretch in your right hip. Let's bend that knee and do the other side. Left leg long, heel to the mat, toe to the ceiling. Noticing if there's a difference from one side to the other. Good. Let's do both legs long and see if that's comfortable for you. Heel to the mat, toes toward the ceiling. Feeling free to stay here, or maybe it's more comfortable to bend your knees and you decide what's comfortable for you. Is it comfortable to open your hips that way? If not, then bend your knees. And we'll stay here for 3 more breaths. Noticing the stretch, and at any time if it gets uncomfortable, coming out of the stretch. One more breath. Good, nice and gentle, one knee at a time. Bend the knee, bring the foot to the mat. Good. Now we're going into legs in the air position. You're going to keep that pillow or the block underneath your hips and bring your legs to the air. Good. Let's rotate the ankles. Any direction, any way that feels comfortable for you. And whatever way you're going, go in the opposite direction now. Good. And just hold it here. Bring your legs a little bit further if you can. Good. And breathe. One more breath. Good. Bend your knees, feet back to the mat. Pushing your feet into the mat, lifting up the hips and removing the block. Coming back down. Let's do one more big breath. Open ourselves up long, hands behind our head, stretching ourselves out. Good, and relax. Now I'd like you to bring your knees to your chest. You can bring your hands underneath your knees And just rock it nice and gentle side to side. Should feel like a nice massage for your back. Let's do a few more each side. Let's place our hands on top of our knees. And we're going to start rotating our knees to the right. So on the inhale, away from us, the knees are away from us. And on the exhale, the knees come in towards us. Inhale and exhale with your movement. And let's do a few more. Bring those knees in. Exhale, inhale, knees are away. Good. Let's go in the opposite direction. I don't think you'll hit each other, Connor. You're good. Making sure we're breathing as we're moving. Good. Let's place our feet on the mat. Let's extend our legs long. Let's place our hands down by our sides. Feeling free if you need to move to get comfortable. Good. Feel free to close your eyes. You're going to listen to what I say, and we're going to stretch from our toes all the way up to our foreheads. Let's start by curling our toes towards the floor. So the feet don't move. We're just curling those toes. Curl the toes. Good. We're breathing as we're doing this, and let the toes go. Now those toes, feet stay where they are. We're just going to try and bring them towards our head. Good. Always noticing the different from side to side. And let it go. Good. This time we're going to point the feet. Point the feet towards me. Good. Noticing the stretch up the front of the legs. Now opposite. Point the feet towards your head. Good. And let it go. Now I'd like you to tighten up those hamstrings. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And let it go. Tighten up your bellies. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And let it go. Make your hands into fists. Let it go. Open up those hands wide, spread the fingers. And let it go. Tighten up the biceps and the triceps, however you want to do it. And let it go. Bring the shoulder blades together, tighten up those back muscles. And let it go. Let's notice if our shoulders are by our ears and walk those shoulders down just a little bit to get that stretch. Nice. Can we swallow and tighten up the throat? Good, let it go, breathe. Let's tighten up our jaw, squeeze, and let it go. Take a big breath in after that one. And exhale. Let's squeeze our eyes shut. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tighten it up. As we're doing that, let's tighten up that forehead. Crinkle our nose. Everything's tight in our face. And let it go. Now I want you to picture softening the jaw. Relaxing the face. Relaxing the eyes. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. If your lips are together, let the lips just loosen. Take another deep breath in. And let it go. Last one, deep breath in. We're going to hold it at the top. And we're going to let it go. Let's wiggle our fingers. Let's wiggle our toes. Let's all take a breath in together. Big breath. And as much noise as you want, let it go. And there's your relaxing supine video for the day. Thank you, boys, for helping me out. I appreciate it. Namaste.